Appreciate Ryan Ward, head coach of the Youngstown Phantoms, joining us today for another edition of USHL In Focus. How's it going today, Coach Ward?
Yeah, it's great. We had a inter squad game today. It's we've had a great camp. It's been great to see the guys obviously back. We had all of our guys had a great summer in the gym, so we were very pleased with our off ice testing measurables. And yeah, we're just getting ready to hop on the bus tomorrow and head to Muskegon to get the bullets flying here.
Well, it is hard to believe. You take a look at how the season you went through last year, Ryan, with an incredible run to the Clark Cup championship and all the things that happened to you over the course of the season with your organization. And here we are with the onset of the season. But we'd be remiss if we didn't do a quick rewind with you with everything that happened. We mentioned the Clark Cup championship, the outdoor game in Cleveland, Jacob Fowler, USHL goaltender of the year, unbelievable draft with 6-year players getting picked. And then we're probably leaving some things out. But if you had a chance to reflect on what exactly happened with the Phantoms organization and their accomplishments last year.
Yeah, I think it was a special year. I think we had a group that believed in themselves. Our leadership was fantastic. I thought that the guys really took to how we changed how we went about our day. And we had a young team last year that took a while to get going. So going through that adversity early was really it was something that helped us in the long run. And I think everything we did, from the Cleveland Classic, I thought that event really galvanized our group to get ready for the stretch run. And really just how the year kind of went. I thought it was great. I thought it was something that, for us, we expected to have a good team. We expected to work hard every night. I think, for us to see how well we came together at the end of the year there and into the playoffs, I thought it was something special and something you certainly won't forget. Obviously with, a season ending and you want it to always win the last possible game of the season. And that feeling and that obviously run that we went on is something that all of us will never take for granted and remember. And, I thought it continued at the NHL draft. I thought, from a league perspective and from an individual team perspective, I really loved to see some of our guys fulfilling their ultimate goals there as getting drafted in the NHL. And, for us, it's something you look back on when the summer calms down and you're proud of, and you maintain contact with a group of people like that you've been through kind of everything together. So as much as it's sad to see that end and for us, we're just ready to turn the page here and get cracking here in this 23-24 season.
Just a couple things before we leave what happened to the Phantoms last year. Hockey tradition nowadays typically dictates that the winning team gets to spend some time with Clark Cup, as individuals have some time. Did you have some special time with the Clark Cup as with you and your family?
Yeah, it was great. It was obviously having training camp right after the season, you're kind of still in work mode. And but for me, we had a little get together, the Strathman family and my family. We got together in Illinois and had a big cookout and spent some time and got to really kind of, it was funny. That was the first time I had seen the Clark Cup since we won it, obviously. And you actually get it in your house and you're like, you kind of reflect and realize like, just, wow, that was a pretty special year. And I think we got to spend some good time with it. I know other people did as well. And obviously super proud to have our names on that and look forward to defending it this year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the ultimate goal, right? And then speaking of ultimate goals, the draft day in Nashville where you had 6-year players picked. You touched on that a little bit about the helping kids along the way to achieve their dreams. What was that day like for you and your organization?
Yeah, it was really special. And I think our ownership deserves a ton of credit. We had our entire coaching staff there. We had both of our general managers there. We had our owners there. And to be able to spend time with the guys that you had just went through a season with and won a championship with, and then to see them reach a personal goal was something that is the most fulfilling thing as a coach. And I think, we do this, you coach because you love it and it's a passion and you want to help people get better. And at the end of the day, to see them reach that, pinnacle of their career so far, it's something that you just get so proud of. And I think having a small hand in that or being a small piece of that is something that's extremely special and something that I don't take for granted, and I know our organization doesn't. And those guys all year represented our organization and their families and themselves so well. And to see them get rewarded like that at the NHL draft in such a special place as Nashville was something that was one of those pinch me moments. And it was wonderful to spend time with our players and their families, and it was wonderful to see them go through the process of doing interviews and up at the suite level with their new teams. It was just a surreal experience and something that we take a lot of pride in here. And as much as we want to win Clark Cup championships, our goal is to push people on to the next level and get them ready to play in the NHL and play in college and be leaders of their peers. And that's certainly something that reaffirmed what we're doing here in Youngstown while we were in Nashville.
Okay, so you turn the page on just an unbelievable year for the Phantoms last year, and you take a look at this year's roster, and obviously there's some big names missing. Jacob Fowler, William Whitelaw, Shane LaChance, Andon Sorbonne, Martin Miziak. Those are some names a lot of people would recognize of kids that played a big role in your success last year, but with Andrew Strathman, Torrey Pittner, and Jack Wilson, particularly along the blue line, Brandon Svoboda up front, the cupboard isn't necessarily bared with kids that are coming back.
No, we feel real good about our team this year. And I think that the best part about those guys that you mentioned that aren't here anymore is they left this place way better than they found it. And I think that all of their leadership and all of their the way they were in the locker room and the way they built our culture, I think that stayed here. And I think one of the cool things about this league, I always say it, is that every year is a new year and you rebuild and you retool and you see new young guys come in and additions that you bring into the locker room. But your culture and your how you build things and what you do day to day stays behind. And we are so thankful and fortunate that we had guys like Jacob Fowler, Will Whitelaw, Matthew Perkins, Marty Misiak, Shane LaChance. We were so thankful that we had those guys in our locker room that started our culture and continue to grow our locker room, and all that stuff is still here. So we're excited about the additions. We're excited to turn the page. Those group of players will be someone that will be bonded forever, and the players and the staff. And but now is a new challenge, right? And we have a target on our backs, and we're excited about that. We can't wait to get going. We've had a phenomenal training camp, as I said earlier, and the new guys, our young guys, we've done a really good job with our drafting and some of our key acquisitions like Mikey Burchell and Nathan Lewis. And those guys are going to step in and be right part of the fabric here. So excited to get going in Pittsburgh, and really, really excited about our group.
Of course, the exhibition season starts this weekend. You're going to be on the bus tomorrow, a couple of games on the road against Muskegon, I think, this weekend, and then the National Team Development Program the following weekend before you get to Pittsburgh. I guess one of the questions when you do look at your roster, though, is the goaltending situation. We mentioned Jacob Fowler a lot, the Clark Cup MVP last year. I think he's at BC. Now, Ryan, where are we between the pipes for the Phantoms heading into the season?
Yeah, we feel excellent between the pipes. I think Colin Wynn has taken a big step, and obviously learning from Jacob last year. He's ready to fill a big role, and Owen Bartoszewicz, he's doing a great job. He looks unbelievable. So he's got a chip on his shoulder. Both goalies are ready to go. I feel really, really confident in who we have between the pipes, and excited to see them grow. And I think both of them are ready to push each other for the crease. And so far in camp, they have definitely not disappointed.
Okay, so safe travels tomorrow. Congratulations again on a great season. Looking forward to seeing you in Pittsburgh in a couple of weeks, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate everything. And we'll see you in Pittsburgh.
All right. Thanks.